we have taken a conductor A and we have taken another conductor B which are identical to A, and then both are placed parallel to each other and B connected to ground. For this arrangement, if you supply charge to A, then the charge will be stored on A completely inside. The same magnitude opposite charge will be induced on B, and on the other side of B, the charge distribution will be 0. So totally the positive charge likely to distribute on the inner surface of A, and on the inner surface of B, negative charge will be induced. So there is no electric field on either sides of A and B, but between A and B, electric field is there. So that electric field energy will be stored between A and B. So the field energy that is stored between these two plates that we have calculated using the formula du is equal to half epsilon naught E square into dV. Dear students, in the last class I have taken area, surface area of the plates capital A and separation between the plates small d. Okay, so here it becomes half epsilon naught E square. The electric field between the two plates in the previous class we have discussed, that is a sigma square upon epsilon naught square, that is E square, because E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into dV. So if you simplify this further, it becomes sigma square upon 2 epsilon naught dV. This is nothing but du. So students, in the last class I have discussed that on integration this du will become, on integration integral du will become u, and the sigma is q by a whole square upon 2 epsilon naught into dV. Integral dV, because integral du we have taken, so that integral dV will become a into d. Integral dV is total volume, so total volume is v. V is nothing but area of cross section into d. So this will become q square by 2a epsilon naught into d. This we have written q square upon 2c. Students, this q square by 2c is also written as, because we have c is equals to q by v, where v is the potential difference between the two plates. V is the potential difference between the two plates. C is equals to q by v. Using this formula, we are able to write this potential energy as half cv square. This is equals to half qv. Okay, this is equal to q square upon 2c. This is said to be the various versions of electrostatic potential energy stored between the plates of the parallel plate capacitor. So in the previous lecture, I have discussed this. Now, suppose if earthing is not there, for the conductor B, then how the energy will be stored between these two plates, that also we discuss. Okay, so energy of a parallel plate capacitor is how much? Half cv square or half qv or q square by 2c. This is the energy stored between the parallel plates of a parallel plate capacitor when it is charged with a charge q to a potential v. Because the potential difference between A and B, that is VA minus VB. VA minus VB, as B is connected to ground, VA minus VB is equals to potential of A itself, that is nothing but V. Okay, so potential difference is nothing but potential of A, because B, other conductor, is connected to ground. Okay, this point already we have discussed. Now I would like to show you by taking parallel plates without connecting to ground. So students, now already whatever parallel plate capacitor we have taken here by connecting to ground, we got here, this is A, this is B. Okay, here is plus q charge, here is minus q charge. That charge is distributed like this. Okay, and here how much energy we got? Q is equals to half cv square, that is equals to half qv, that is equals to q square upon 2c. This is the energy we have obtained. Now the question arises to everyone, sir, why we need to connect the other conductor to ground? Okay, yesterday itself I told you, by connecting the other conductor to the ground, you can store more energy. If you do not connect the other conductor B to ground, then how much energy is stored? Let us check. Now I take a situation where I just take a conductor A and another conductor B, which are identical to each other and mounted parallel to each other. Now I am not connecting B to ground and I am not giving any charge to B. I just give charge to A. This charge is Q. When I give charge to A, the distribution of charge on the surfaces of A will be as shown. Charge will be distributed equally on either sides. So here will be plus Q by 2, here is plus Q by 2. Like that charge gets distributed. Whereas on B, because of electrostatic induction, charge will be induced. This induced charge is also having a magnitude Q by 2 and with negative charge inside. Outside the same amount of positive charge will be induced. Why? What is the reason? Here the reason is very simple. B is isolated conductor. Total charge on B is 0. So initially no charge on B because of induction on the nearer side. Negative charge gets induced on the further side. Same amount of positive charge will be induced. So you know this region is 1. I made a detailed discussion. This region is 2. This region is 3. In these 3 regions, electric field is there. Whereas in region 1, electric field is spreading up to infinity. E bar spreads up to infinity. Electric field in region 3 is also spreading up to infinity. Okay, this is electric field spreading up to infinity. Don't think that the magnitude of electric field as infinity. Electric field is spreading up to infinity. Now the electric field magnitude here is how much? Sigma upon epsilon naught. Here also electric field magnitude is sigma upon epsilon naught. Okay, what is the magnitude of electric field between the plates? Electric field is directed from A to B and its magnitude is again here also sigma upon epsilon naught. So this electric field is uniform electric field when you negate the edge effect or fringing effect at the edges. So this uniform electric field creates a potential difference. The potential difference between A and B is said to be VA minus VB, that is equals to E into D. So this E is sigma upon epsilon naught into D. If you write this potential difference, you are likely to get sigma Q by 2A. So sigma is Q by 2A and this is 1 by epsilon naught into D. So in this manner you are able to write VA minus VB. Interestingly, beta, here Q by 2 is there. Q by 2 is the charge on the high potential plate inner surface. So I write Q by 2 one side okay, upon VA minus VB I write, okay, VA minus VB, then epsilon naught A upon D comes to the other side. So you can understand that this epsilon naught A by D is nothing but capacitance. So the capacitance of this arrangement is epsilon naught A by D, which is nothing but Q by 2 divided by potential difference between these two plates. You can understand in that manner. So this is the capacitance. So here capacitance cannot be applied in region 1 or in region 2. Capacitance is applied between these two plates. Now let us check. I think you are not able to see this step. So I will be writing unknowingly. I wrote here. So the potential difference VA minus VB is equals to QD upon 2A epsilon naught. Here capacitance, if you want to write capacitance, C is equals to Q by 2 times of VA minus VB. Observe here, Q by 2 times of VA minus VB is nothing but epsilon naught A upon D. This is the capacitance of this arrangement between the two plates. Now, my dear friends, you are able to find out the energy that is present between these two plates. So, if you want to write energy between the plates, if you want to write the energy between the plates, energy stored between the plates, what you need to take, du is equals to half epsilon naught E square into dV. What is this principle? This is the principle obtained from electrostatic pressure concept, energy density concept. Energy density is dU by dV. Energy is du. Small energy is du is equals to half epsilon naught E square dV. Okay. Now, my dear friends, you are able to imagine one thin layer over here. Okay. This is said to be a thin layer at a distance x, and say its width as dx. This width is said to be dx. Okay. Now, what is this volume? This volume dV is equals to what is the area of this strip? See, area means you are observing plates like this. See how you are observing the plate. You are observing like this. Plate, this edge you are observing. This edge you are observing. Are you getting, my dear friends? You are observing this line, this part you are observing. But plate area is here. Plate area is here. This area, plate area is here. Okay. So that plate area into this thickness is the volume. Are you getting, my dear friends? See, if I show two notebooks, you are able to understand. If you hold these two notebooks like this, so that you are able to identify a parallel plate capacitor over here. Okay, you are observing this edge and this edge. This I am calling as A, this I am calling as B. Both are separated like this. Okay, now where is the area? Area is this area, Area is this area, facing surface areas. Okay, that each area is how much? Capital A. So dV can be A into dx. Now, dear students, here this will become half epsilon naught E square. E square is sigma by epsilon naught whole square into dV. dV is nothing but A dx. dV is nothing but A dx. So that this will become half or 1 by 2 epsilon naught sigma, because epsilon naught square and epsilon naught get cancelled. Sigma square, I write sigma square over here like this. Okay, and this is said to be A dx. A dx, here I am writing dx. This is said to be du. Better अभी आप integrate करके देखिए on integration. I want to perform integration over here. See, on integration, integral du will become u. U is equals to sigma square. Sigma, you observe here, what is sigma? If you observe or identify the charge, that is q by 2, and area is A. So sigma is equals to q by 2 upon A. Okay, that is sigma. So students, you are able to identify what is sigma. Sigma is q by 2a. Whereas sigma square, observe sigma square. Sigma square is how much? Q square by 4a square. So sigma square is q square upon 4a square. Okay, into 1 by 2 epsilon naught. The same thing. And into a, left side integral du became u. Right side integral dx will become integral dx. Dx is small strip. Integral dx will become d. So if you calculate this a get cancelled. So students, what you are going to get over here, that is q square upon. This is I write q square upon. Just this 2 epsilon naught, 2 I will keep like this. Okay, 1a get cancelled. So epsilon naught a, this is a d. Okay, in the numerator, into this is 1 by 4. Now observe this, my dear students, epsilon naught a by d. What is epsilon naught a by d? Capacitance of this combination. The capacitance of the combination is epsilon naught a by d. Now this is d by epsilon naught a. So this will become absolutely 1 by 4 times of q square by 2c. 1 by 4 times of q square by 2c is nothing but energy. So dear students, you are able to understand what is the major difference for this combination and for that combination. अगर आप देखा तो आपको समझ में आएगा, यहाँ दो कंडक्टर्स हैं, ये and B are two conductors with one of the conductor is not connected to ground. लेकिन ये कहानी देखिए, इसमें दो कंडक्टर्स हैं, both are parallel and both are identical. To one of the conductor you are getting charge, on the other conductor because of electrostatic connection charge is appearing, and the second conductor you are connecting to ground. That is the previous case. In that case, what is the total energy stored is q square by 2c or half qv or half c square. लेकिन अगर आप ये combination देखा तो, इसमें कैलकुलेट करके देखा तो आपको आंसर क्या मिला? एनर्जी स्टोर क्या मिला? 1 by 4 times of that. So कौन सी अरेंजमेंट में ज्यादा से ज्यादा एनर्जी स्टोर हो रहा है? अगर देखा तो दैट इज द बेस्ट कॉम्बिनेशन. सो इन ए पैरेलल प्लेट कैपेसिटर, द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ पैरेलल प्लेट कैपेसिटर ऐसे हो सकता है, टेक टू कंडक्टर्स and mount them parallel to each other. Give one of the conductor electric charge and connect the other conductor directly to ground. So the energy will be stored between the plates, and this energy will be how much? Q square by 2c or half qv or half cv square. That is the energy stored between the two plates. In this manner, we are able to understand that this has the best configuration to prepare a capacitor. एक कैपेसिटर सिंपली आसान से बनाने के लिए हम क्या करना चाहिए? दो आइडेंटिकल कंडक्टिंग प्लेट्स लेना चाहिए. उन दो प्लेट्स में एक प्लेट को हम ग्राउंड को कनेक्ट करना चाहिए, दूसरे प्लेट को हम चार्ज देना पड़ेगा. तब उन दोनों प्लेट्स के बीच में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एनर्जी स्टोर होने वाले हैं. ओके, अभी आप बता सकते हो बेटा, आसान से बता सकते हो, कैपेसिटेंस is not only store is not only meant to store electric charge, but also it is meant to store electric energy. So where you are storing more energy, that is the best one. Okay, so a simple capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, will be in this manner, that one of the plate connected to ground and the other plate was given some charge. So charge will be stored on the inner faces as shown, and this capacitance is said to be epsilon naught A, where A is the area of each plate upon epsilon naught A upon D. D is the separation between the plates. Okay, now dear students, if you reduce D, what happens to capacitance? Capacitance varies inversely with the separation between the two conductors. Capacitance varies proportional to the area of each conductor, and capacitance also depends on the surrounding medium. Surrounding medium means the medium that is present between the two conductors. Okay, now let us discuss regarding spherical capacitor. Already spherical capacitor capacitance we have discussed. Spherical capacitor. See, what is a spherical capacitor? If you consider a conductor whose radius is said to be R, center is O. If you are giving electric charge to this electric charge, when you are giving, its potential will be increasing gradually. Suppose initially its charge 0, its potential initially 0, its potential energy initially 0. When you are charging it at any instant, let the charge is Q, the potential raises to V, and the energy may be small u. Okay. At the end, let the total charge capital Q, total potential capital V, and finally total energy big U. Okay, in this manner, the energy of this conductor will be increasing. Now, energy will be increasing as you are charging. So, it's a capacitance. In the previous class itself, we have calculated if the final charge is capital Q and the final potential is capital V, so that I can write the capacitance C is equals to Q upon V is 4 pi epsilon naught. For V is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. That is the potential of the conductor at its surface. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. So, if you simplify, you are going to get C is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught capital R. So in this manner, capacitance C is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught R. We have calculated previously. Similarly, previously we have identified the self energy of this conductor, because this electric field extends up to infinity. Electric field extends up to infinity because of this charge on this conductor. Because of the charge on this conductor, electric field spreads up to infinity. So the energy also spreads up to infinity. So the energy density du upon dV, energy density, it tends to 0. Energy density tends to 0, but not energy. So what is the energy of this conductor? Previously we have calculated the energy of this conductor, that is k q square upon 2r. So my dear friends, you observe k q square upon 2r. In electrostatics we have discussed it. The self energy of a charged conductor is k q square divided by 2r. If you expand this, what you are likely to get, this is nothing but q square upon 8 pi epsilon naught r. Okay, so you can write here, this is energy now. You can write this energy like this, my dear students. U is equals to q square upon 8 pi epsilon naught r is the self energy of this conductor. You can rewrite this as q square upon 2 times of c. Because what is C? 4 pi epsilon naught r. So for this spherical conductor, energy is q square by 2c. Okay, r q square by 8 pi epsilon naught r, or you can say k q square by 2r. This is energy. Energy in terms of capacitance. Energy in terms of capacitance for a spherical conductor, you can write like this. Okay, this is said to be a spherical conductor, but not a spherical capacitor. Why you cannot call this as a spherical capacitor? A capacitor is an arrangement where not only charge, not only energy, but also energy density also should be very high. My dear friends, you need to understand carefully. Capacitance is a property. What is capacitance? Charge holding property is called capacitance. This is a metal, can hold electric charge. Okay, this is a metal, can hold electric charge. Okay, this is a metal body. This is a metal body. It can hold electric charge. Okay, every metal body can hold electric charge. Charge holding property is called as capacitance. Capacitance is a property of holding electric charge, but capacitor is a device which is used to store electric charge, electric energy, as well as electric energy density must be very high. Energy density should be very high. So energy density अगर देखा तो यहाँ energy और electric field ये दोनों infinity तक spread हो रहा है. इसकी वजह से energy density क्या हो रहा है? Tending to 0. So electric energy density as tending to 0, you cannot call this as spherical capacitor. You may ask sir, spherical capacitor क्या हो सकता है sir? Spherical capacitor ये हो सकता है इसका energy density ज्यादा होना चाहिए. एनर्जी डेंसिटी ज्यादा होने के लिए हम कैसे एक स्फेरिकल कैपेसिटर को कंस्ट्रक्ट करेंगे, यदि हम प्रीवियस क्लास में डिस्कस किया. सी, इफ यू टेक concentric spherical conducting shells, suppose these two are two shells with radii a and b respectively. Okay, these two are made of conductors having common center O. The center is O, which is common for both. Now friends, one of the conductor is to be connected to ground. I am connecting B to ground, and I am giving a charge Q, that is positive charge I am giving to the conductor A. To the conductor A, I am giving the positive charge. That positive charge is distributed uniformly. So on the inner surface of B here, negative charge gets induced, whereas the positive charge gets induced on the outer surface, but it will become neutralized because of the electrons whoever traveling from ground to outer surface of B, they all neutralize the total positive charge on the outer surface of B. So on inner surface of B there will be minus Q, whereas on the outer surface of A there will be plus Q. So charge is distributed like this, and the electric field is just confined between these two only like this. So this is the direction of electric field. The electric field is directed in this manner. This is the electric field direction you are able to see. Now field is limited between these two regions of radii B minus A. The radius B minus A, the region having width B minus A, is comprising electric field and electric field energy. So if you want to find out the energy between these two spherical shells, and if you want to find out the capacitance of this arrangement, what you need to write? The first step, how to write the capacitance. Okay, and the second one, how to calculate the energy for this arrangement. So these two things you are able to do. See, how to find out the capacitance. Capacitance you can find out, you can find out by taking the charge on the high potential surface. high potential surface is A. Okay, charge on the high potential surface. Charge on high potential surface of A is nothing but Q divided by potential difference between these two. Potential difference between these two is VA minus VB. VB, already B is connected to ground, so VB is 0. So Q divided by VA you need to write, because potential of B is anyway 0. So if you are writing the potential of A is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge on A divided by A, okay, plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge in its surroundings. In the surroundings of A, minus Q is there, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q divided by B, because this charge minus Q is outside of A. So if you simplify this equation, what you are going to get, I will be writing here C is equals to Q upon K. Q comes common, you will be getting 1 by A minus 1 by B. Students, Q get answer. What is the capacitance over here? So if you simplify this, you are going to get C is equals to, this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught in the denominator goes to numerator, becomes 4 pi epsilon naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught upon 1 by A minus 1 by B. This is capacitance of this arrangement. Now how to find out the energy? If you want energy, where energy is a field between these two, so you can imagine one imaginary area, right? So for this area, for this spherical area, let the radius is x, okay, let the thickness is dx, and this area is dA. dA is equal to 4 pi x square, okay. dA, we want volume dV. dV is equals to 4 pi x square, this is spherical area, into thickness dx. So if you write that dV, okay, then within that dV, how much energy is a field? That is du. Which energy? Electric field energy. The electric field energy can be written as half epsilon naught E square into dV. So this is half epsilon naught E square. E square is the electric field intensity between these two. What is the electric field intensity at this location? If you think carefully according to Gauss law, how much you are going to get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q divided by x square, okay, whole square, because it is E square, no? E is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by x square, okay. So as it is E square, it is a whole square into dV. dV is nothing but 4 pi x square dx. In this manner, we are likely to get du. After calculating this du, if you simplify this, what you are likely to get? So dear students, here I would like to write Q square upon, this is 2, 1 epsilon naught cut, so 2 times of 4 pi square, this will be, I will be expanding, 16 pi square, and this is x power 4, okay. Here is 4 pi x square dx, so 1 4 pi, in this get cancel, we are going to get Q square upon, this is 2 into 4 pi, because in 16 pi square 4 pi, if you cancel, we will be remaining with 4 pi, 1 x square on x power 4 may cancel हुआ तो in the denominator x square dx. This is remaining. I think here we are also left with epsilon naught. I forgot to write that epsilon naught. I am writing over here. Okay, so this is said to be what? du. So if you perform integration for this, what you are going to get on integration? Integral du will become u. Okay, that u is equals to how much? This will be Q square upon, this is 8 pi epsilon naught. This is 8 pi epsilon naught x square 1 by x square dx. That is x power minus 2 dx. On perform integration for this, here integration is to be performed from A to B. Integration is to be performed from inner radius A to the outer radius B, because electric field is not present from 0 to B. Electric field is only present from small a to small b. So integration limits between small a to small b. So if you do that, integral x power minus 2 dx is minus 1 by x. So if you write it Q square upon 8 pi epsilon naught, if you substitute these limits, you will be getting 1 by A minus 1 by B you will be getting. So simplify this further by taking that 1 by A minus 1 by B to the denominator. So you are able to write this as Q square upon 2 times of C. You can write that expression in terms of C, because this 1 by A minus 1 by B is there in the numerator. You can take to the denominator part of the denominator, and it will become 2 times of C, because C is 4 pi epsilon naught divided by 1 by A minus 1 by B. So again, you are going to get the energy of this spherical capacitor. You are going to get Q square by 2C. In this manner, spherical capacitor, its capacitance as well as its energy, you are able to calculate.